Believe it or not, the piano is the easiest instrument anyone can learn to play. Well, it all comes down to this. How easy is it for a 3-year-old to get a note out of this instrument compared to this one? Because realistically, all it's going to take is for me to go, right, little 3-year-old, press this note here, and they're going to be able to do it. Whereas now I say, right, little 3-year-old, press this note here, and it's not going to happen. So what I'm trying to say is the piano really is the easiest instrument you can learn. And if you're not already playing it, well, now's the time. And would you look at that? As luck would have it, I'm at a piano and you're ready for your first lesson. Okay, so first things first, we're finding middle C. Middle C is in the middle of the piano. You find the 2 black notes, go to the left of that and you got middle C. Now, last video we went down 2 notes. This time we're going to go up 2 notes, and that note there is going to be an E, C, D, and E. Now we're going to repeat that in groups of 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to fill in the gaps, and we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so it's even faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's see if we can do that nice and steadily for a couple of bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But it sounds nice and steady. You've got one note going nice and clearly, but it's not particularly exciting. So let's add in the left hand. Now the left hand's going to play something called octaves. Take that E, shuffle it down and down again, and that gets you multiple different E's on the piano. Now an octave is just the distance between 2 notes that are the same, so if we find 2 E's, preferably as low down as we go, and whack them, we'll be all set to add in the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right, so that sounds good, but we need to start moving the left hand around to make it sound even better. Start on the E, and then when we get through 2 sets of the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, if that's 1, we're going to do 2 sets of those, we're going to move the left hand up 2 notes and end up at a G. Here. So E, go up 2 white notes, and you end up at a G. So let's try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now the left hand's going to move down from that G position, and we're going to drop down 1, 2, 3, 4 notes to get to a C there. So we're at G. Now drop down 4 white notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get a C. So it's E for 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and up, 2, and 3, and 4, and up, and 2, and 3, and 4, and down, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, up 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. It's working. Let's do it once more, but this time I think I might add a few instruments in the background. Nice. Okay, so the right hand has had its fill, it's bored, we've used whatever finger we wanted on that E, and it's getting a little tiring. Let's step it up and make it even more difficult. Sorry, make it sound better. That's how it's meant to be phrased. So, third finger is now the one that needs to be playing on E. And remember, in the left hand we jumped up to a G. We're going to do the same thing in the right, but our little finger's going to play the G, so we can play the 2 notes at the same time. Sounds pretty impressive, but now our thumb is going to join in and it's going to drop down from the E, 1, 2, 3 notes to get down to a B, and we're going to play all 3 of those at the same time. As fast as we were doing before. It works, but it's sort of missing something. This index finger has been resting, just sort of hovering above all the other notes, thinking, what the hell should it be doing? So let's give it a purpose, let's give it a job. So on this chord, in the left hand, we're going to play B, E and G in the right, just as we just learnt it. But when we move our left hand up to the G, we're going to use our second finger on the D here, which gets us a new chord and it sounds a little bit richer. When we move down to the C in the left hand, we're going back to the E with our third finger in the right, and then when you move to the D in the left hand, you go to the D in the right as well, and if you're feeling particularly cheeky, that little finger can change from a G to fourth finger to the black note below it, which sounds quite nice. So let's have a go with that. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, play a dramatic piece of music without ever having played the piano before. See, as I said, it's not that complicated. In the grand scheme of things, it's just about making sure you're aware of patterns, and suddenly it all just falls together. And the more patterns you recognize, the easier it's gonna get. So I think it's time you learn to play an instrument. And you probably know which one I'm gonna suggest. So if you've ever thought about learning an instrument, now's the time to do it. All it takes is motivation, practice, and just a little bit of patience.